Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be covering this beautiful primrose stitch. It's fairly simple. It only has, 3 stitches in it that you would need to know, and they're all beginner stitches, but you can see it has this beautiful effect that kind of looks like flowers on each row here. And it has some of the characteristics of the star stitch, which is actually quite maybe an intermediate to advanced stitch, but without all the difficult steps in it. So I think it's a really pretty stitch. And we're going to tackle this one today, and I think you'll really like it. It's pretty versatile. I think it would go really well in a baby blanket or anything like that. I think it would be really pretty. So let's go ahead and see what's involved with the primrose stitch. Now, for starters, as usual, depending on your project, you can use whatever yarn and hook combination that you would like. I would recommend going with whatever recommendation for hook size is on your yarn that you're going to be using. For me, I'm just going to be using a weight for acrylic, and I am using a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook for this, but again, use whatever's comfortable for you. Now, to start the stitch, we need a foundation chain. The foundation chain has to be in multiples of 3 plus 2. So just to be clear of what that means, your foundation chain needs to be a multiple of 3, and then once you get to that length that you want, that's a multiple of 3, you're going to add 2 to the end. So for this sample, I just have 18 chain, which is a multiple of 3, and now I'm just going to add 2 at the end, and that kind of counts as our turning chain for the first row. So once you have your chain ready to go, and you've added the 2 on at the end, our first stitch is going to be in the 3rd chain from the hook. So you can see that's 1, 2, 3. That's the 3rd chain for the hook. I'm going to make this a little brighter and see if that might help a little bit there. Okay, 3rd chain from the hook. So we're going to go in that 3rd chain from the hook, and we're going to do a single crochet, we're going to chain 2, and we're going to single crochet all in that same chain right there. So 1, 2, 3. You'll start with a single crochet. You're going to chain 2. And then right in that same chain that you were in, you're going to do another single crochet. And you'll see it kind of makes like a little loop right there. See that? So it's kind of a little loop. All right. Now to continue, we're going to skip 2 chains. So we're going to skip this one here, and we're going to skip this next one. We're going to go into the one following that. So skip 2 and the one following that, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet into that same chain right there. Skip 2 in the next one, single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet in that same spot. Continue on, skip 2 chains, and the next one do a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, skip 2, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Okay, skip 2, and the next one, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. You'll see you have 2 chain left. You're going to skip that one, and in the very last one, you're going to do a half double crochet. And that'll finish out that first row. So if you look at that first row, you have all these cute little loops that go all the way across. So now we're going to turn. Now, you can do one of 2 things. You can do chain 3 for your turning chain, or you can do an alternative turning chain. I prefer the alternative turning chain. If you've been watching my channel, you know I prefer that, so I'm going to do that. If you're interested in what that's all about, go ahead and check out my tutorial for the alternative turning chain, and I have that, I'll put that in the description below. All right, so either chain 3 or alternative turning chain. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 double crochets in each of these loops. Now when you're working off this foundation row, you have to be a little bit careful here because it looks like you should go right through this space right there. That's the chain that you put the single crochet, 2 chain, single crochet in. So don't do it there. Go and find, do you see that? Here's the 2 chain right here, chain 1 and chain 2, and if you see there's a space right there, let me make sure that's really clear. See that? Where my fingernail is. That's the space, not the one below it. The one below it is the chain from the foundation row. So when you get to that loop, you're going to put in 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Go to your next loop, make sure you're in the chain 2 space, not the chain below, right there, and do 3 double crochets. Oops. Slipped out there, all right. Okay, go to the next chain 2 space, right there, and do 3 double crochets. All right, next one, we're going to do this all the way across the row. Next chain 2 space, right there. Okay, there's one more here at the end, so we'll put 3 double crochets there. Oops. All right, and then we've reached the end of the row, and since we're doing double crochets, we want to do a double crochet in that last chain from that foundation row that we had. So you can see we started in the 3rd chain from the hook. So you'll want to go into that last chain and do your double crochet. Okay, so there's your kind of starter 2 rows there. Now we're just going to repeat that. So you can chain 2 and turn, that's your turning chain. And then here is the 3 double crochet that we put in there. You're going to put your single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in that middle stitch of that 3 double crochet. So you can see here's 1, 2, 3. We're going to put it right here. 1, 2, right there. All right. And you're going to do like we did before. Single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, all in that same stitch. Go to the next group of 3 and in the middle one, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Okay, the next group of 3, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Next group of 3, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Next group of 3 right here. Need some more yarn, sorry. And then I did the chain 2 and we'll single crochet in that same one. And the last group of 3, single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. And then like before, you're going to find the top of your turning chain or your alternative turning chain, whichever way you did that, and you're going to put a half double crochet. Okay? See that little pattern that's coming here? And then you're just going to repeat those 2 rows over and over again. Chain 3 and turn, or do your alternative turning chain. And in each of those loops, see those chain 2 loops there? Each of those, you're going to do your 3 double crochet. It's kind of like a shell, looks like a little shell stitch there. So 1, 2, 3. My yarn's being difficult, sorry. All right, next chain 2 space right there. You're going to do 3 double crochet. And so on. So continue to do those 2 rows back and forth for however, depending on your pattern, for however long you want that to go. And you'll have this really pretty pattern. I think it's really pretty when you look at it a little more full like this. But you'll see you can do so many different things with this. It's so pretty. You know I like texture in my stitches, and I think this, you know, comes out beautifully like that. So I hope that you will give this Primrose Stitch a try. And if, as usual, if you have questions, put it down below in the comments, or if there's a stitch you'd like to see, also put that down below in the comments. And as usual, if you could help the channel out by liking and subscribing, I would really appreciate it. And until next time, thanks for stopping by.